So ihr Lieben, herzlich willkommen zu The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Wir haben schon mal das Original gespielt und es war ziemlich cool. Jetzt gucken wir, was bei der Ultra Deluxe Fassung dazugekommen ist. The end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-ripping, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Yeah.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Tja, dann machen wir mal, was der Erzähler sagt. Denn so fängt man dieses Spiel an. Auf die Uhrzeit ein bisschen achten.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Niemand da. Ist hier vielleicht jemand? Hallo? Abgeschlossen. Hallo, hallo? Hallo? Keiner da. Vielleicht hier? Hallo? Auch abgeschlossen. Kann doch nicht alles immer abgeschlossen sein. Guten Tag? Auch abgeschlossen. Oh. Ja. Keiner da.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ja, dann gehen wir da mal lang, ne? Ah, der Meeting
Yet
Room.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Gut, dann gucken wir mal zu unserem Boss.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive Bathroom. Der geht auf. Okay, also hier kann man eine Runde kacken. Oh. Money is the morning. Money is the evening. Money is the breakfast. Money is the crisp. Ah, guck mal. Extreme Bathrooms. Nice. Flitschi, flitschi. Ich habe anscheinend immer noch mal eine Tastatur in der Hand. Errungenschaft, du kannst nicht springen. Errungenschaft, erhalte die erste Errungenschaft, wie dumm.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Na, na, na.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Toll. Das ist am Arsch. Was gesprüht, einfach so.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Mein
door that
Gott.
read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. Interessant. Aber nee. Wir folgen jetzt am Start erstmal der Hauptstory. Jetzt Mind Control Facility. Licht an!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Da
Did
sind
he
wir in der
have the
nächsten Runde, glaube
strength
ich.
to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Never.
unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So, okay, und jetzt können wir das System ausschalten. Und das machen wir auch. Okay, jetzt ist aus. Aber dann...
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Freiheit.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley war glücklich. Für das letzte Mal. Jetzt gucken wir, was die Geschichte bringt, wenn wir nicht den Anweisungen des Erzählers folgen. Da sind wir.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Da steht was auf dem Screen. Was lesen? Oh, jetzt habe ich noch ausgemacht. Kann ich die... kann ich irgendwas eingeben? Nee. Das... Oh, jetzt habe ich ausgemacht. Kann ich die Bildschirme alle ausmachen? Okay. Müssen wir noch gucken. Das bringt bestimmt auch noch was.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nein.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ich könnte schwören, dass das im Originalspiel noch anders aussah. Also die Architektur ähnlich, aber es ist viel heller und angenehmer als im Originalspiel.
Yes, really worth it being here in
Ja,
the
ja,
room.
ist ja gut, ich gehe weiter.
Room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy, and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Wir bleiben mal kurz einen Moment hier. Mal sehen, wie weit wir den Erzähler nerven können damit.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Ach so, okay, jetzt kommt nichts mehr, ja? Haben wir hier? Ist hier noch irgendwas Wichtiges? Nee, ne? Also das Zeug, was hier rumliegt, ist meistens eigentlich nichts Wichtiges. Bin mal gespannt, ob jetzt tatsächlich überhaupt nichts mehr kommt. Das warten wir noch kurz ab, oder? Ja, ich glaube, jetzt kommt wirklich nichts mehr. Ich traue mich nicht, aber ja, okay.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nee. Ich kann ja nicht alles machen, was der Erzähler von uns verlangt.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Habe ich ein bisschen rausgebracht, ja?
Went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ja, gut, okay, nice. Und jetzt wieder.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hm? Okay, from the top.
Ja, dann nochmal von vorne. Da sind wir wieder.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, hier ist
What
noch
could
was.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ich guck mal, was passiert, ob hier irgendwas passieren kann, wenn ich alles ausmache vielleicht. Ist ja freundlich von mir eigentlich, oder?
When Stanley...
Wow.
Wait, what?
Das sind aber mehr Türen.
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Ja.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Da kann ich ja nicht her. Aber ich kann hier rum, ne? Ja. Okay, dann gehen wir mal hier entlang. Aha. So. Dieser Weg führt... Oh, der führt nur wieder zurück. Und wenn ich jetzt hier rumgehe...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
War noch nicht fertig. Frechdachs. Okay, wie es weitergeht, seht ihr beim nächsten Mal. Ich sage danke fürs Zusehen und tschüss. Bis dann.